For the Elbow engine, this is a previous UK regional, so I'm just going to go through the task with you so that you can have a go at doing this regional yourself. So if we go into Microsoft Word, I've got here the task, so you can see this is a UK regional competition and it's for CAD. So you can see here, this is the Elbow engine, okay? And if we go down, we've got all of the tasks should be set out the same. So at the top you've got the task, which is going to be modelling from detailed drawings and then creating assemblies. The time you have to complete all of this is 6 hours. What you are given is you are given the part drawings. So each of these individual parts that make up this engine, you'll be given those drawings. There'll be a main assembly drawing, and there'll be a single IGES part, which is for the bolts that go underneath the base plate. So the task is to create 3D models for all of the parts shown in the 2D detailed drawings. So you'll get given all of the drawings. You need to make sure that you've modelled a part per drawing. You then need to assemble the Elbow engine in the correct assembly sequence, and the correct assembly sequence is very important. So if you go and watch the marking video, you'll understand what I mean. But if you basically copy the assembly sequence that is shown to you on the assembly, then that will be the correct way of doing it. So you basically want to build it as you would in real life. You then need to reproduce the given 2D assembly drawing with the parts list on A3 paper. Again, when it makes a point of A3 paper or scale 1:1 down here, you need to take note of that because you will be marked against that. So you need to reproduce the assembly drawing. And whenever in WorldSkills you're asked to reproduce, you copy it exactly, pretty much, okay? And then number 4, you need to produce an exploded view drawing on A3 paper in 1:1 scale, which clearly shows all components, okay? So that means that nothing's overlapping, you can see all the parts, there isn't a screw hidden behind something. And title this Elbow Engine Exploded View. Again, you've been asked to give it this title, so make sure you do. Number 5, you need to produce an AVI file to demonstrate the full physical simulation of the Elbow engine. So that means you need to, if I just scroll back up, you need to have the flywheel going round with the pistons going in and out, okay? So it needs to show at least one full revolution to show the full physical simulation of the part. You then need to produce an AVI file to demonstrate the Elbow engine exploding and collapsing. So you need to go into presentation file and set it up so it explodes and collapses, okay? You then it tells you here to save your files onto your hard drive into a folder identified by your name. So normally at a competition, the first thing you would get the competitors to do is they'll have sort of 5-10 minutes to go through this. They can then ask any questions. So again, if you do have any questions, feel free to get in touch. The competition organiser will take a copy of this folder for marking. So that's what happens at the end of the day. We'll just take that folder off your computer. If it's not in that folder, then you may not be marked on it. You may lose a lot of marks. So make sure everything you do is in that folder so you can set up a project. Note that no printing of drawings is required, as all the marks will be taken from the digital versions. So we literally take that folder and mark straight from your Inventor files. We don't need a paper copy. The use of the computer, so you are allowed to use the computer from the start until the end of the competition. And output, this is the most important thing for you guys, so software modelled parts and drawing files, so that's what you need to be making. And you also need 2-off AVI files. Notes, test prints may be taken at any time, so if you find it easier to go through your drawings on paper, then by all means, please print them out and have a look. And then this is the bit you really need to take note of, especially if you're struggling for time. So marking. So all the marking is objective, and you can see here where all the points are. So for example, let's look at the modelling. The flywheel post is 16 marks, and the flywheel is 7 marks. So that should say to you, you need to spend about twice as much on the post as you do on the flywheel. It's because the post is a lot harder than the flywheel. But you need to look at here and just work out, if you're struggling with one part, don't spend 1 hour trying to model the cylinder vert, just carry on to the next one, because you can see there's all these points here that you need to be picking up. And then if you go down here into the assemblies, so you've got making the assembly drawing, you get 28 marks for that, and just assembling the model, a .iam, you get 31 marks. And you can see here your AVI files are only worth 10 out of 180 marks. So if you don't know how to produce the videos, of course you want to spend your time trying to pick up the marks everywhere else. But on online now there is a video of how to do all of this step by step narrated, so hopefully you'll be able to work out how to do all of this. But that is basically the task to help you to produce this elbow engine.